Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hey and welcome to Weekly Tips. You're joined by me, Daniel, where I'm going to be putting some sense in your tip jar. Today we're going to be discussing the ribcage. I'm going to be drawing it, showing you a few things here and there on how to draw it. This is a human ribcage we're going to be focusing on today. So yeah, let's delve into it. So yeah, I just started out just vaguely drawing it. When I started drawing, I usually do like a quick kind of sketch of the kind of whole idea of it. Don't go into a drawing thinking, oh, this is gonna be a good drawing straight away. I know it's gonna take me at least a few attempts to get kind of warmed up to it, the whole idea of it and the thing. You can see I've drawn this kind of shape here where the rib cages go. I was drawing off kind of a bad representation of rib cage. It was an illustration that I found, but I looked at it and it's a little bit like off in a way. So sometimes that is important to find the right reference. You want something that's true. You want an actual, skull looking thing. An actual rib cage. A photo of maybe a skeleton, someone's rib cage, actual thing, rather than an illustration of one or a drawing of one. Drawings can be alright, it depends on where they come from as well. If it's some illustrator that created it versus like maybe a scientist illustrator. So you want to find the right material. Here again, I draw a shape. This shape, I'm looking at the overall shape of the rib cage, and it's like this heart, kind of a big upside down. I looked at it, it looks like an upwards arrow. It may look a little bit long. It depends on what angle. This is kind of a top view on it in a way, top like angled view. So it will look a little bit longer than a full out top front view, basically. So it looks a bit longer than front on. Now here I use the Symmetry Tool, which is a cool, handy tool to have in Photoshop. If you don't know anything about that tool, I've got a video about the Symmetry Tool. Otherwise, look it up on Google and play around with it. It's a fun little tool to use. It saves you half the time of doing something. Again, I've done a reattempt, and you can see me go back. If I fail at something, I don't like where something's headed, I do Control Z sometimes. Other times I keep going, and then I would like paint over it, or put the opacity down and redraw the thing or something like that. Here I'm still trying to figure things out. It's important to see that there are 10 ribcage segments, bones, 10 segments of bones in the ribcage. And this is broken up to two parts. The first 5, which are like their own, and then the last 5 are kind of all connected. If that kind of makes sense, you can see me kind of draw and start to draw these a bit better. And now I've moved the shape a little bit more, so it's more in like an elongated heart. You can see it's like a kind of like a pointing arrow in a way. So you can see the shape. I start to number them now because it's starting to get a little bit confusing. I might put a shade on a bone, and then I've numbered it to start to recognize what bone I'm up to to get down to the 5th one, and then on the 6th one you can see me, you've got this shape coming along for the 2 that are connected there, and then underneath the last 3 are actually kind of connected to number 6 and number 7. Underneath they aren't fully connected to that sternum chest piece, which is important to see, and you'll see this by drawing it and studying it a little bit. I mean, I'm not an expert in drawing rib cages and humans and things like that. I was going to say, you know, drawing the upper part, when I was drawing the upper part, the clavicle is probably not exactly perfect either. This is like the overall shape I'm focusing on. So the clavicle is less important at this time, because I'm more focusing on the overall drawing of the rib cage, not the clavicle. That is kind of part of it. It sits on top, but that is less important to know versus knowing the ribcage at this stage. You know, I could take it further and then do a bit more clavicle and those kind of bones and move into those parts. So yeah, these are the bones, the ribcage. Learn it, keep drawing it. There are 10 bones in the ribcage, and it can be very, very difficult to begin drawing the ribcage. Just make sure that you look into the overall shape, and if you know that, you know, in this overall shape 10 bones fit in this, like cut it in half, 10 bones fit in the side, it makes it a little bit more easier. If you focus on the big overall shape and then cut it down to each little bone slowly, or even if you just focus on little proportions of the rib cage at a time and learn those things and slowly get yourself into drawing them better, it will help you in improving drawing your rib cages. So hopefully you did learn something new. This has been a fun experience drawing this and doing this video. Hopefully you do like, you share it around to any artists you know, and yeah, subscribe to my channel if you like this video, if you want to see more videos like what's on my channel. Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.